All right, so you wanted the inside scoop on Peverella.
You got it.
We're really diving deep into this one with Peverella, the text all about uh, this comeback grape, this hidden gem.
Yeah, it's a fascinating story, This grape was almost extinct in Italy.
Really?
Yeah, and then it finds a new home, like, literally halfway across the world in Brazil.
It's like an immigrant story almost.
Exactly.
Finding a new beginning in a new land. And in Peverella's case, that new land is this place called Serra Gaúcha in Brazil.
Yep, and Serra Gaúcha is like the perfect storm for Peverella.
Yeah.
The climate there, it's ideal. Those cool nights and warm days, those are happy grape days.
So we've got the weather down, but what about the soil? Isn't that a big part of it too, the whole terroir thing?
Huge. And Serra Gaúcha, it's got these amazing volcanic soils, right? So many minerals. And that's what gives the Peverella grown there its own distinct character.
It's like how we all process food differently.
That's a great way to put it.
Same meal, but different bodies equal different results, right?
Mhm.
So I guess what you're saying is the soil in Serra Gaúcha, it's like it digests the climate and everything differently, and that impacts how the Peverella tastes.
Exactly. Totally unique compared to what his ancestors back in Italy would be like.
Man, I love these deep dives. You learn something new every time. So you've got this grape almost gone, then bam, back in action in a place that's basically perfect for it. But let's be real for a sec. Everyone's thinking what's it taste like? And our sources did not hold back on the sensory detail.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Think about taking a bite of a really crisp green apple. That like zingy acidity.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the first impression. But then picture a wick of orange blossoms, maybe a little jasmine even. And just when you think you've got it figured out, there's this hint of white pepper.
Get out. It's like a flavor roller coaster. I can practically taste it just from your description.
It's really something. And those flavors, they don't just tease you, they stick around.
You're saying it's not just all talk.
No way. You've got that bright acidity that we talked about, which makes it super refreshing. It's got a nice medium body, so it's not too heavy, not too light.
Mm.
And the finish, oh man, the finish is where it's at. It lingers with this lovely freshness, just a touch of bitterness to keep things interesting.
Mm.
Complex, but super satisfying.
This is turning into the Don't Judge a Grape by its almost forgotten past episode. But is Peverella just a one-trick pony? Can you only make one kind of wine with it?
Oh, not even close.
I feel like there's so much you can do with Peverella. I mean, it's already killing it as a dry white.
Oh yeah, but it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, spill it. What else can Peverella do?
You can find some really interesting sparkling Peverellas.
All right, now we're talking. Sparkling Peverella. Check. Anything else?
Oh yeah, there's more. There are rosés and even some dessert wines made from Peverella.
Hold up. I was just reading ahead in our Peverella source, and it mentioned something about an orange Peverella.
Oh yeah.
Orange wines are already kind of a new frontier, but orange Peverella, that's like next level.
It's pretty wild, and it shows you how much people want to experiment with this grape.
It's not exactly everywhere yet, right?
Not yet, but some wineries are really going for it, especially in Brazil.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about those pioneers we mentioned earlier?
Yeah. Actually, Era dos Ventos, they're the ones really putting Peverella back on the map, and they're making an orange Peverella too.
Those guys are on fire. It's great to see these big names in the game, but, I always love hearing about the smaller wineries doing their thing. What did our source say about those other producers?
Yeah, so Era dos Ventos, they deserve huge credit, but they're not the only ones. Serra Gaúcha have a ton of small wineries making these really unique Peverellas.
I love it. There's always something new to discover.
Definitely. One to look out for is Moody and Zago. They're all about showcasing what Peverella can really do.
Okay, that's going straight on the list. Speaking of discovering, what about food pairings? I feel like Peverella's got to be super versatile.
It really is. The acidity, the aromas, it just adds something special to a meal.
Seafood's a no-brainer, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
But it's the unexpected pairings that make things really interesting.
Let's hear them. Our Peverella source mentioned a few surprises.
Spicy food, especially with some citrus or heat.
Mm-hmm.
Think ceviche or Thai curry. That citrusy, peppery thing in the Peverella can stand up to those flavors.
Wow, I never would have thought of that.
And even though it's got a lot going on, it won't overpower delicate flavors.
Mm-hmm.
The source suggested Japanese food.
Oh, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Right. Sushi, sashimi, all those clean flavors with that bright, citrusy Peverella.
It's like a flavor journey. I'm taking notes over here.
They even said to try it with some light goat cheese. That tanginess goes so well with the Peverella's acidity.
This is mind-blowing. My whole perspective on this grape has changed.
It shows you that some of the best wines out there are the ones you've never even heard of.
You got that right. This deep dive It's been about so much more than just Peverella. It's about bringing traditions back to life, celebrating these amazing
For
winemakers.
sure.
Peverella, it's like this lens that helps us understand these bigger stories.
I like that.
And, you can't talk about these things without mentioning the big S word, sustainability.
Absolutely, you can't escape it. And with Peverella, we're seeing this movement towards lesser-known grapes, often grown in more sustainable ways.
It's like people are really starting to care about where their food and drinks come from.
Totally. It's not just about how it tastes anymore. It's the whole story behind it.
And Peverella, it's like the poster child for that, right? This
Yeah.
grape that was almost gone, brought back by people who love it and made with so much care.
And that ties right into sustainability. We're seeing this shift with Peverella,
Okay.
towards these lesser-known grapes that are often grown in a way that's better for the planet.
It's like Peverella was waiting for this moment. I mean, we're always hearing about how climate change is messing with the classic wine regions.
That's true.
But then you have Peverella just crushing it in Saragoucha. It's like a beacon of hope.
I love that. It's a great way to look at it. Because it's not just surviving, it's thriving. And it shows you that if we're smart about it and we respect the environment,
Yeah.
we can do some pretty amazing things.
All right, so to wrap things up, Peverella, it's not just a tasty wine, it's a lesson in resilience and adaptation, and maybe even a glimpse into a future where wine is more sustainable.
I like that you said glimpse because it really makes you think, what else is out there? What other hidden gems are we going to rediscover?
And what kind of stories are they going to
Oh,
tell?
exactly.
I don't know about you, but I am ready to grab a glass of something new and dive right in. And on that note, we want to give a huge shout out to all of you listening. Thank you for joining us on this Peverella adventure. We hope you learned something new, and most importantly, that you're inspired to try some Peverella yourself.
Cheers to that.
Check out those pairings, explore those wineries, and let us know what you find. Until next time, happy tasting.